Alright, so identifying levels is one thing, but using them to find great trade setups, that's the real prize, isn't it? So let's get into the actual strategy. Now this is such a cool and powerful concept. Once the price finally manages to break through a resistance ceiling, the whole psychology of the market can shift. That old ceiling, the one that sellers were defending so hard, often transforms into a brand new support floor that buyers are now going to defend. And of course, this works both ways. A broken resistance becomes support, and a broken support level becomes resistance. This dynamic little switcheroo is the foundation of a really powerful trading strategy. The key word here is patience. For real. You don't just jump in the second you see a breakout. Nah, you identify your level, you wait for a clean break, and listen, this is the most crucial part. You wait for the price to come back and retest that level. If it holds firm, that's your signal. That's your green light to enter the trade. Now, before you go off and start drawing lines all over your charts, our source material points out 3 really essential rules you need to keep in mind for this to work well. Okay, rule number 1, the market is messy. Price hardly ever respects a perfect single price line right down to the penny. So you have to think of your support and resistance levels more like zones or areas. This gives you a little wiggle room and it'll keep you from getting shaken out by small, meaningless fluctuations. Rule number 2, not all levels are created equal. It's just a fact. A level that the price has tested and bounced off of 5 or 6 times is way more important than one it's only touched twice. See, the more history a level has, the more traders are watching it, and the more powerful the reaction is likely to be when price gets there. And rule number 3, and this is a big one, just because price reaches a key level, that is not a guarantee that it's going to reverse. The price could just take a little breather and then power right on through. You have to wait for confirmation, like a clear bounce or maybe a specific candle pattern before you even think about entering a trade. All right, let's make this real. We're going to move to a real-world example from the source material. We're looking at a chart of WTI crude oil to see exactly how this strategy plays out in the wild. So first, just notice on the left side of the chart how the price hits a certain level and pulls back down. And it doesn't just do it once, it does it several times. This action clearly establishes a resistance ceiling. The market is basically screaming at us, hey, it's really hard to get above this price. Then what do we see? A really powerful move that just slices cleanly through that ceiling. And as soon as that happens, the entire dynamic shifts. That old resistance level, it's now our potential new support floor. We're already watching for that role reversal. And here it is, the classic pattern. Look, the price doesn't just keep rocketing up into space. It pulls back down to test that old ceiling, which is now our new floor. It comes down, it touches the level, it holds firm, and then it starts to bounce. That, my friends, is the textbook breakout and retest entry signal we were just talking about. Picture perfect. So what are the big takeaways here? Well, first, you've got to be patient. The absolute best trades are at these key levels, not floating around in the middle of nowhere. You have to let the price come to you. And second, you just have to practice. Open up a demo account and just start spotting these setups over and over again until it becomes second nature. Once you master this, I promise you will never look at a chart the same way again. All those random squiggles will transform into a clear map of opportunities, showing you exactly where the next big move is likely to kick off. The map has always been there. Now you have the key to actually read it. This image is for illustrative purposes only. To gain a deeper and more structured understanding, join my community, where you will have access to comprehensive materials and detailed guidance.